begins our coverage.
Dozens of police surrounded Parliament House, pouncing on protesters who gathered to demand their freedom. Anyway, off we go. Keep going. And while they won't see
We'll rely heavily on keeping case numbers as close to zero as possible.
This is bloody tough. No one's pretending otherwise. Tomorrow we'll announce thresholds, low numbers that we think we can contain.
To get out of lockdown last year,
I'd be ecstatic because I think it's going to be very, very difficult. Of today's 76 new cases, 31 are under investigation and not yet linked to existing outbreaks.
And health authorities have confirmed just in the past few minutes that there has been a second COVID-related death in Victoria in the past 24 hours. A woman in her 60s has died. Just the second COVID-related fatality in Victoria this year, Mitch. Cameron Bowe at Parkville. Thank you.
The final siren sounding on an MCG Grand Final.
The Toyota AFL Grand Final will be played in Perth at Optus Stadium.
The Victorian government conceding the inevitable. The home of footy will lay dormant for the biggest game of the year once.
September 25, locked in at Perth's Optus Stadium with a capacity crowd of 60,000. A time yet to be confirmed, but the game will likely be prime time here in Victoria.
Lockdown, the Andrews government is facing a critical balancing act, keeping spirits high and hospitalisations low.
We're all tired, right? So the notion that we can just continue to do this endlessly, I understand that, but there are not infinite reserves for people to draw on.
the night. As for what's on the table, it'll be every restriction you can ever think of. Reopening of playgrounds, curfews and gatherings of small people will all be on the list of things they'll be trying to work into this roadmap. They'll then meet again in the morning to finalise that roadmap. So as always with you,
to the first deaths from the virus in the state this year. Mitch, I can confirm that one of these cases is a particularly sad. There's a police hunt across the city tonight after a savage attack on a 16-year-old boy. Details are live next. Also, what France can teach Australia about life after lockdown, the latest from Paris. And help the parents facing the mobile phone.
Stuff next.
Continues tonight after a teenager was stabbed by a stranger at a shopping strip in Melbourne's southeast. Paul Dowsley is at Ashburton this evening, and Paul, the 16-year-old victim, was targeted as he ate lunch. He was sitting just here with a female friend, Mitch.
Police say he's about 15 or 16, Caucasian, slim, with long blonde hair.
Police are seeking witnesses of anyone who was driving past today who may have dashcam footage in the vicinity of High Street and Welfare Parade at any time.
Turbo charged the vaccination rollout in France, where everything is back open. Europe Bureau Chief Hugh Whitfeld is in Paris, and Hugh, the virus hasn't gone away, but it's back to business. Streets buzzing. They're even dancing by the Seine. This is what living with COVID looks like in Paris, but you'll need a pass sanitaire.
Is this your pass?
With a health pass required for service at cafes like this one owned by Australian Tom Clark. Definitely encourage groups to come back, families to see each other again.
Sanitaire, and then we can just live our life as usual. It's a blessing, really.
There's still more than 17,000 cases a day. 3/4 of adults are fully vaccinated. For those who aren't, rapid testing tents are almost everywhere. There has been opposition to the pass.
Indoors and social distancing is encouraged. The French government now actively telling people to get back to the office. As they say here, allez-vous, mais they continue. But still leads the morning talk battle against the ABC's Virginia Trioli. Gold's Christian O'Connell dominates the competitive FM breakfast landscape. Mobile phone ownership has now reached the point where almost 1 in 3 children under the age
as young as he could hold one.
The average age of a kid is getting a phone now, if they get a phone, is around 7.7.
According to finder.com.au, 35% of Australian children under 12 have a mobile.
No good reason for any kid under 12 to have a one.
The plan was stuck with it for 2 years.
The plan recommended for younger kids is with iiNet for $10 a month, offers 8 gigabytes of data, or Moose Mobile.
Search for hundreds of shipwrecks off our coast. Next, how fishermen are joining the mission to find them. Also keeping children happy in lockdown, the back to basics advice from experts. And a worker emergency in Melbourne's southeast.
That's stuff next.
Doveton this morning. The man in his 30s suffered lower body injuries when the bin fell from a crane, crushing him. He's recovering in the Alfred Hospital.
So.
Commercial fishing fleet crews are being recruited to help solve some of our...
118 have been found.
They're time capsules, and they tell us about the past.
Shipwreck hunter Peter Taylor has helped discover 30 Victorian wrecks, including SS Alert, lost in...
Heritage Victoria is recruiting professional fishers with sonar technology to scour the seabed.
Or they might bring up artefacts in their fishing nets, either tin...
A mystery of history. Just the biggest thrill in the world. Nick McCallum, 7 News. Technology and health stocks have given the stock exchange a healthy boost. Here's Finance Editor Gemma Acton with the latest on the markets.
Dividend. The Aussie dollar has taken another leg higher. It is now buying 73.4 US cents, while gold is keeping its head above $1,800 US. And according to the Workplace Gender Equality Agency, the gap between men and women's full
Lockdown are being urged to go back to basics. Experts say keeping them engaged doesn't have to be expensive or complicated and can mean much more than just playing to keep them busy.
But in lockdown, when life delivers lemons, these kids make lemonade. Put a little bit half a coffee, then we'll fill it with water, put some sugar in, mix it, and then we'll sell it. It's a tough time for parents, that's for sure. Children are home, learning from home, children can't get to the playground.
Dress-ups, treasure hunts, pretend shops and nature walks. And it's not just a way to pass the time. Play is proven to improve brain structures and it strengthens the relationships between parents and their children.
There's emotional connection, there's social connection.
Watson's next with Sport and Tim. There's new information emerging from Toby Green's suspension. There is news the AFL is moving to make sure the umpire bump doesn't happen again. We'll have exclusive details next. Jane is next with the forecast. And Jane, what do we have for the first day of spring?
Oh, it's tomorrow looks absolutely lovely, and it's still warm and sunny on Thursday. The full details are next. Hello again. Spring is about to begin with a sensational few days of weather. For our last day of winter, it rose up to 20 in the city, 22 in Geelong. There was grey sky this morning, ahead of increasing sunshine this afternoon. The strong wind certainly had an impact, making it feel like just 10 degrees at times.
A high pressure system out to our east is in the way, so this front just slides through overnight. That high should remain in control for the next few days. So these showers only brush the southwest and southern Gippsland. They'll clear early tomorrow morning and miss the rest of the state. In Melbourne...
An injection of tropical moisture. We'll see a very slow-moving band of rain passing through on Friday and Saturday. Now, parts of the state should see 20 to 50 millimetres of rain.
It's Tuesday, the 31st of August. Thanks for your company. For now, from the 7 News team, goodbye.
Bye.
Tom and Ben News will be back nightly at 6, and this station will be back at 5 a.m. Please check out our website for more.
I wanna see you out that door, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Bye.